Yes, I'll try and wait for a minute this time, not 2 minutes. Anyway, my name is Linda Zigalala, and so I'm just carrying on with this live, even if there's nobody there, so that I'll manage to record it. People will watch it later. But my name is Linda, Linda, Linda Zigalala. I was diagnosed with cancer, as I've been explaining to other lives, to other live videos, and after that, another new chemo in my on my journey. So where I am at the moment, yes, it was the number 2 in a cycle of chemo yesterday. So as I said before, yes, I was so high on steroids, and you know, so high on steroids, and 2, I was struggling. No, I wasn't struggling anyway. I was high, and then 2, I needed to drink a lot of water because I was getting so much hungry. I think because of the steroids, but I cannot lie. I did eat I did eat junk yesterday. Well, I was eating well, but adding some little bit of cake there and there, and then a little bit of fried meat, you know, so I was seriously hungry. So my wife was trying her best to make sure that I'm not going overboard. Today I woke up better though, although in the morning I had a little bit big breakfast. Good, if you can hear me when you come in, just press like so that I know that you can hear on your side. So yes, as I was saying, my name is Linda, to those who doesn't know me. So I'm in that fight. So yesterday I went for chemo. Thank you so much. I'm glad you can hear me. Yesterday I went out. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. Yesterday I went out for chemo, and then I was so high on steroids, and then I ended up eating junk. But anyway, I've managed to have a lot of water just to help me go through the day and the night. I was struggling with sleeping as well. And then today, I'm feeling much better than yesterday, although I had a big breakfast, but I managed to have a walk and come back and help with the chores in the house. So I'm feeling much better. I'm going to check my blood sugar as well so that people will know, because my side effect of steroids is just it spikes my blood sugar glucose for some reason that I don't know. So I haven't checked it for today. I'm just going to check in front of everybody. Let me just bring my stuff. It was so bad. It was so bad. Last night it went through to, in South Africa we use MMO stroke L to check our blood sugar. So it was so up. It went to 9. So let's see now how it looks, so that we can get this away and then focus on serious issues. Today I want to speak about our fears as cancer patients and cancer survivors. I'm going to speak about our fears. Don't worry, I'm not going to touch much on death and dying, because I know sometimes people don't want to hear that. So I will just talk about other fears other than that. So, but and our strong points. I'm going to start about fears and the strong points. Oh, that's not bad now. It's 5.7. Sorry, it's just 5.7. You have to trust me on that one. So yeah, sorry, because some people don't like to see blood. Sorry, guys. So yeah. So let me just get straight to it and talk about our fears, and then I'm going to talk about strong points because I'm going through it. I know how painful it is to receive a diagnosis like that you have cancer. So after diagnosis, the first thing that happens is just you want to know how long do you have. So that's the first fear. And it's so hard. I always feel sorry for the doctors because they have to be matter of fact about these things. But, yes, but they're not God, they're not God. They're not God. They're just talking because they need to put facts there. They need people to know and put the facts on the table. But the thing is, once you know that you don't have much time to live as a cancer patient, you know that you've been diagnosed with terrible disease and you've got this much to live. For some reason, it gives you, well, for the first few months, it's bad because you have to accept it and deal with it. It depends on the cancers as well. My cancer, I didn't have time to think about anything. I was just needed to go straight to treatment. There was no time to think. There was no time to grieve. There was no time to cry. I was diagnosed on a Thursday. On the following week, we needed to start treatment because it's a very aggressive cancer. It's called plasma cell myeloma stroke leukemia. So it's a blood cancer. It's not a joke. So anyway, so now another thing that it was a little bit of a fear is to go through chemotherapy. You just don't know how it's going to affect you and what kind of side effects you're going to face. And the good thing is that the doctors and the staff, they try to give you as much information as they can. But the thing is, nobody can tell you how your body will react. They just, presuppose and assume and try to give you a little bit of positiveness to say you're going to be okay with chemo. And then if the chemo you're going to receive it's harsh, they will let you know that the chemo will be harsh and tell you the side effects and everything like that. But nobody prepares you to know that your body, how will really, I'm talking from my experience, that my body was not reacting as I was told. So, for example, I didn't have much of, diarrhea was coming and going, but I didn't have much of those. So that part was normal. But the nausea as well. Nobody, they told me that I was going to be nauseatic. There was a little bit of nausea. I think because I was told that I was going to be nauseatic. So I was having a little bit of nausea there and there. But the only thing that I wasn't prepared for was to be so tired. I was so tired, to go from bed to the bathroom, it was hard work. To go to sit down and eat my breakfast, it was really tiring. And to go to take a walk from my house to the gate, there it was like so tiring. So yes, it was, nobody prepared me for that to be so tired, fatigue could be painful on its own. That was so painful not to know. And then nobody prepares you that they don't know how long that is going to take. So you just live with that fear to don't know if your life is going to recover or that's the way it's going down the drain. So, there are so a lot of fears. And if you've got family as well, you fear for your family as well because they are looking at you in a very bad state when you're facing tough time of life. So you fear for your family as well, as a man, as people will kind of guess that as guys, we don't talk much about feelings. We don't share much about our fears. But the most fear is to don't know what's going to happen in your family when you're not around. So that's another fear. So for me, in the first year after I was diagnosed, I was really living in that kind of worry. Thinking about my family, thinking about my kids, thinking about what's going to happen, especially because I'm kind of a big source of income. You just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. But I can tell you this, that working with the good doctors and the good staff, you get through it, man. There were jokes made on a way, with our side effects. with our fears, jokes made, and meeting nice and fantastic. If guys who can hear me, you can press the like if you come in. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. So yeah, to have a staff, a good doctor, people that will tell you that no, you're going to be fine, you're doing well, under the circumstances, that helps. That helps the fears to a little bit die down. In the first chemo, I wasn't 100% with it, but this chemo now, I'm so confident because I know what I'm expecting and what's going on and all those kind of things. The only day that is giving me a little bit of anxiety and that's giving me a little bit of worry is when I'm going to do blood tests. That hasn't, the day to do blood test, that hasn't set in with me nicely. Every time it's a blood test day, I'm trying to do everything right. I drink water, I eat right, I try everything, so I even don't go for weightlifting much because I'm not sure how my test results will show, all those kinds of things. But I'm trying to learn that that's fine. It's if the blood test results doesn't show, doesn't look good, it's okay, it's allowed, because actually the doctors will help you once they know that things are not going fine. So it's easy to get help as early as possible. So I've learned that now. So why I'm doing chemo now, it's because my light chains have sparked a little bit. So, well, it's not as bad as it was when I was first diagnosed. So I'm getting positive on that. But let me talk about the strong points instead of talking about fears a lot. Guys, if you can hear me, just press a like if you come in, because I'm not sure if people can hear me. But anyway, I've met strong people in this cancer journey, man. Guys, I've met strong people. I've met people who are not scared to face life as it is, if I'm going to the cancer room now, I know that I'm not feeling bad like the others, but I've seen people who have gone through surgeries and stuff, but they're stronger than me. And then the positiveness that is there, man, it's a very, very strong point. Cancer patients, big up to you guys. These people are strong. I've learned a new life since I've met some cancer people who are really dealing with serious cancers. Cancer that doctors have told them that it's there's no cure for them, those cancers, but I've seen that positiveness from cancer people. It's amazing. And I've kind of adopted to that kind of lifestyle to say, I'm going to be, guys, if you can hear me, just press the like so that I know that you guys can hear me. So, but anyway, the strong points about cancer patients and survivors is their strong minds. They deal with stuff, man. It's amazing. Yeah, it keeps me calm. It just makes me feel that I can face anything in life. They are so strong, man. They are dealing with serious stuff and they are very strong. So I big up to all cancer patients. Big up to you guys. You guys are amazing people. And again, I know that I'm staying in Port Shepstone, KwaZulu-Natal. If you go to Mr. Google, you can Google me. You can even say technology is much better than we used to now. You can see where I am. I'm from Port Shepstone in KwaZulu-Natal. It's South Coast. It's a beautiful place. It's next to the ocean. But nobody likes to talk about cancer that much. But those that I've met, man, they've helped me to not to be shy to speak about cancer. I'm even speak on their behalf because I'm kind of not shy to tell it as it is. Cancer is not a joke, so I'm not shy to talk about it. And at the same time, it's kind of counseling to me to talk about it, even at home, even everywhere I'm going. I don't mind if somebody comes to me and we talk, and then this healthy issues arise. I don't mind. I just tell it as it is. If somebody, even in our cancer rooms, if somebody wants to ask me questions about my journey, I don't mind. I even talk about my transplant processes, because the scariest thing in a transplant, if you guys don't know, transplant is when you get your cells, healthy cells into your body. So it's not a joke. It's not I'm making it simple as I'm just saying it. But, go through that. For me, the scary part was their chemo, because they tell you upfront that this chemo is going to wipe up wiped out all your bad cells and good cells, which means white and blood cells are going. So you start your immune system from the beginning. That was the scariest part because I didn't know how that worked. But I'm bold enough now that I can speak about it even to other cancer patients that are going to go through it. That is not as bad as, medication now has advanced. It's not bad. Even the side effects, they've got all the medication for side effects for transplant. So in other words, you are in safe hands. It depends on the kind of cancer, of course, but you're in a safe hands if you've got blood cancer like I do. So they can really do help. So going through that, for me, I just needed this kind of positiveness. So there were other cancer patients that I really was amazed the way they were talking about the cancer. They were talking about even losing weight. I was like, I cannot even think about losing weight if I'm going to do a transplant, stem cell transplant. The only thing I didn't know as well is that to put stem cells and all those things is not a difficult process. The difficult process is to now starting to live your life. After stem cell, when your white blood cells and your red cells needs to go back up, that's the scariest part because they need you to make sure you don't get any infections. So I stayed in a hospital for 3 weeks. Yes, 3 weeks after stem cell. Thank you so much, guys, for the loves and the likes. I stayed for 3 weeks just to recover, just my immune system to recover. The good thing is my white blood cells recovered quicker than my red cells. My red cells are still struggling even now. I'm not there yet. They're around last week. They were around 3.98, which is not good. But my white blood cells now are good. My immune system is back to fight the infections that they were worried about. So yes, that was the toughest part. And then if you ask me that can I go again to do stem cell transplant? Yes, of course, because they took a lot of stem cells on my body. So yes, I can go back if things are going haywire, if things can go down the drain quicker. At least I've got that backup that I can still go to another transplant. I know now what to expect. I know now how I will deal with after, when they start to count from day one. Because once they wipe everything from your system, they start to count from day one. So in other words, every day from after stem cell transplant becomes a very crucial day. And they need to know and see if your body is taking up your new stem cells, your stem cells that you've just putting in you. So, and then try to avoid infections at the same time. Well, here I was in Durban, so they've got a good room, secluded. It's always cleaned, sprayed, and then they make sure that there are no infections. But now the tricky bit is to come home, because once you reach a certain part of your immune system, they bring you back home so that you can start living your life. That's another difficult part. Man, you need to clean your fruits. If you eat a fruit, you need to clean it properly. Clean veggies, clean meat, clean your toilet, clean your, you need to make sure that your bed sheets and bed stuff, it's all good. And you need to make sure that if somebody at home, up until now, if somebody at home is coughing, you just need to know, you need to teach them to tell you in advance that they are catching the flu, so that we can wear the mask. I always have the mask just next to me. If somebody comes to visit and I suspect they've got a cold, take out my mask, put it in myself. Or if they want me to talk too much, I give them the mask, and then at least we can be on a safe side. But guys, yeah, the scariest part was to be at home after transplant. But the good thing is, though, as I said, that family can support you 100% every time. Family is good to support your life and to support you, to check you back up and start to live your life. So now, why I'm talking about this is that I've learned through that process that, I admire cancer patients because, even after that, those who were next to me, they will be positive. I met a guy in a hospital. I could see he was going to go for surgery the following day, and then he was really on a bad state. I was in a hospital for bone marrow. He was there for a serious surgery. He's his cancer was just spreading. And then I had a very good encounter with that man, to talk to somebody who was more bold than I was. I was only worried to do bone marrow, can you imagine? And this guy was facing tough things in life, and he needed to make tough decisions after he received the news about his surgery, all the nitty-gritties, all the bad stuff, about surgery. But that guy was speaking to me like I got good counseling from him. I remember that was the day that I was told I was diabetic. Steroids gave me this disease called diabetic. I was diabetic, I was told. So he was so kind. This guy was so kind. He counseled me. He told me how to eat before even the dietitian came. He told me to eat what and try to avoid what. And he gave me good counseling. His was so positive and stronger than I was. And why I appreciated that is that every issue we talked about, he was so positive about it, man. And then, I came out of the hospital so strong to know that I can do this. I can fight this disease. I was so happy to meet that guy. I don't know if I'll ever meet him again. Because I was in a bad state, I didn't even catch his name properly. I didn't catch his name properly, but that guy, man, he helped me a lot. And then there was another one when I went to the hospital for the first time they needed to check me, so to see how I was going to respond to chemo. So there was this guy that we were sharing a room with. So he just decided to talk about finances, man. I so appreciative to that guy. He gave me all the tips how to, because I'm a cash payment in South Africa. It's either you've got what they call medical aid. You can Google it. It's just it's a medical insurance. And then I didn't have all those things because, you always think you can live longer in life. So I didn't have that kind of medical insurance, no medical aid at all. So he gave me good advice to how to go about it, how to talk to the doctors about it, not to be scared to talk about my situation. That guy helped me a lot. So and then I was looking at him with a big bag of a chemo. And then I was just there with a small bag of chemo, So I appreciated that. I thought that was powerful, man, to sit with somebody in their state, in what I called is their aggressive cancers, but they can give me good counseling. I was so happy to meet those two guys. The other guy was a mixed race guy. We call them colored here in South Africa. He was a mixed race guy, and the other one was a black guy. Man, those two guys helped me a lot to navigate my cancer journey. I was so scared because blood cancer, I didn't know anything about it. To be honest, I didn't know anything about cancer up until I was finding myself in a hospital, being told that you've got one of the rare aggressive cancers. So, and the doctor started from there to deal with it. So now, where I am now, today, if I'm talking to the doctor now, she's much more happier than she was 2 years ago. She's much more happier. She doesn't even mind now to speak language straightforward, because she can see that we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm not there yet because I'm still on chemo. But according to the test results, man, things are improving. We're getting better. And my energy is good as well because I can, like today, I managed to walk 5 kilometers this morning and I'm still feeling good. I'm not feeling tired like I used to, So things have improved. So side effects after chemo yesterday and today, nothing yet. In the last chemo, when I started chemo, I used to have a runny tummy bad time. I used to have a problem of the runny tummy. So guys, if you can come in, if you can hear me, just press a like so that I can see that people can still hear me. So yes, and so this time, even side effects are not that bad. I haven't had anything, I'm always on a cautious of saying there are no side effects yet because chemo is something else. But at the moment, I'm feeling great. There's no side effects. I don't have anything in my mouth. My neck is nice and clean. my neck, I can move it around. There's no runny tummy. I'm so good. At the moment, I'm feeling good that I'm doing chemo and I don't have these bad side effects. The only thing that it's happening is that I still have a little bit of a rash in my legs. So it's not too bad. If I cannot even show you on camera because you might not see it, but yeah, there's a little bit of rash there. I just put a lotion on it most of the time if I feel it's irritating. But yeah, no side effects, guys. So guys, if you're coming in, press the like or anything so that I can see that you can hear me. So yeah, that's where I am now with the cancer. So on a positive note, cancer has taught me to think positive, because the fact is, we all know that we're not here forever, but cancer scares you. So, but it has helped me as well to be positive minded. So to look at everything in a positive light, not always look at things negative. Each and every day now, it's a very important day to me. Even looking at the sky now, looking at the flowers, looking at life. I'm looking at life differently. Cancer cannot just win like that. Cancer cannot just win like that. We need to fight this disease. I just hope that politicians were willing to fight this, but they are not. So we can just hope that at some point this disease will find someone somewhere will find a cure for it. It's not a nice thing to go through. But hey, I'm here. As I said, that it has taught me to be positive-minded person. I'm positive. I'm enjoying every day. So I'm so happy with that I can really see life in a different light and enjoy it. Yeah. What else was I thinking? Yeah. I just thought I'm going to talk about these strong points to say cancer didn't only come with negative things. It just gave me the will to live better and the positive mind and positive thinking as well and focus on my life. And another thing, I didn't know how I was going to deal with my work after I was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't know how I was going to go back to work. But yeah, we did find a way to do some work, even at home, or sometimes go to my office myself. But no, man, I find out that I've got a strong team ever. Those guys are amazing. They're strong. They can think out of the box. They can make things happen. So nothing has stopped. Just because I have cancer, nothing has stopped. So at the moment, just to have some things to do, have some work to focus on, it helps me not to always thinking about cancer. Well, I cannot lie and say I can't think about cancer and its repercussions. It happens, but yeah, going back to work has helped, just to do some few things there and there. For right now, I'm planning for the weekend. I've been busy with some few phone calls this morning just to give me that kind of positive thinking. So I know that now my work is ready for the weekend and all those kinds of things. So as a cancer patient, then it helps me to know that my coming days will be very, very fruitful and be more active and just take the mind off things and not think about cancer. And the good thing is, after chemo yesterday and today, I'm feeling better. So I'm ready even to plan for today and tomorrow in a very good way. So yeah, I'm in a good space. So yeah, that's where I am with the cancer journey. If somebody wants to ask questions or write a question or anyway, I'm glad to answer those questions. If you're coming in, you want to ask some questions, please ask. Please do ask. It's all fine. Or you can ask me on the comments if you watch this later. To those who likes to watch it later, ask me anything on the comments. We'll talk about it, man. Cancer is not a joke. There's something that I'm always don't know how people will take it when I'm speaking about cancer. The fact that I always say it's good to be angry at cancer. So I don't know how people take that, but sometimes if you want to be angry at something, as I'm talking from from myself, that this cancer, I'm getting angry at it because I'm fighting it with everything I've got. So I know that everyone who's been diagnosed, we're doing the same. We're fighting this disease with everything we've got. So that's what I'm doing. I'm fighting this cancer with everything I've got, with my life. So, and we know that it's we will, well, we will win. Cancer will not always win. We will win. So, to those who are really having a bad time at home and you are a caregiver, you caring for your loved one who's going through the same, just be there, man. We need that kind of support. Because nobody talks about this thing that I'm angry at this cancer. I'm so angry. Sometimes days are not the same. Sometimes we wake up a little bit happier. So at the moment, because I'm on a positive side of things, I'm not angry as I was. But the truth of the matter is, this disease will make you angry, which will affect your caregivers at home, your family, your spouse, your kids, all your caregivers will. They won't know how to deal with you. But I'm just encouraging you guys just to be there, and let us deal with it. It's not easy. And again, you know, talking about cancer like this, it helps for me. It helps too, because I'm always talking about it. But if you are a caregiver, you don't know how to deal with the emotional side of things. Let it goes, it will pass. It will pass. And then we feel better as the time goes. Sometimes we feel much happier, sometimes we feel down. The days are not the same if you are a cancer person. So the days are not the same. Yeah. I'm mostly happy from Monday. If I'm looking at my days from Monday to Sunday, I'm mostly happy. The only day that kind of affect me, as I said, it's when I'm going to do my blood tests. Once I've seen the results, and then my mood goes back to normal. Because once I've seen the test results and the hospital is called, I kind of know where I am and what's happening, and then that helps. That helps a lot, because it kind of gives me positiveness back again, and the joy and the happiness. It's not easy. It's not easy. Days are not the same. Days are not the same. But mostly from Monday to Sunday, I'm not bad. I'm not bad at the moment, because I'm on a very good scale of my cancer at the moment. Yeah. So now, if you're caring for someone who's been just diagnosed, just expect that the days are not the same. The day is good today, tomorrow might not be great. It's just a matter of emotions. Emotions are coming in different ways. Even sleeping is not easy. I think that's where the problem is. Caregivers need to understand that sleeping for like yesterday, because I have steroids, I only slept about 3 hours. I still need to catch up with my sleep. But can you imagine the mood in the morning, how it will be like if you didn't sleep well? Yeah, especially after you're diagnosed with cancer and then you don't have much sleep, it just doesn't, the mood changes when you wake up, because it's hard to sleep. Caregivers, you need to understand this, that a person diagnosed with cancer and going through treatment, it depends. But all the chemos that you go through, you hardly sleep. I always say it's better if you're feeling your problem is tiredness, if it's fatigue. I will feel sorry if your fatigue doesn't make you sleep, so that's bad. But if that's the thing that your caregivers need to understand, that it's hard even to sleep when you're just going through treatment. It is difficult. So that is why at some point I will make a video. I'll post it online. You can catch me or subscribe to my channel and press the like, so that you can see these videos. I'm going to post a video of how to deal with sleep if you are going through chemo or any treatment. It's tough. It's tough. You need to be structured. I'm so structured now. I know I've got a little bit of a ritual if I'm going to bed now, especially like yesterday on a chemo day. Because of steroids, I can't sleep. So I've got a little bit of a ritual. I go listening to music, and then just soft music, and then I'll read the book. There's a book that I'm reading at the moment. It's fantastic. It's about my culture, Zulu culture. It's about Zulu warriors. So I read that. It's a nice story. And then kind of a ritual. And then I'll drink tea around an hour after my supper. That's about 6:30 to 7 at night. And then I'll try and wind down about just watching some YouTube there and there. 8 o'clock, I'm switched off, and then I sleep. Hello, Wendy Mbogazi. I'm saying hi. Hi to you as well. Sorry, I didn't see you, Wendy, when you're saying hi. So yes, Wendy, my name is Linda Zigalala. Yes, I'm from Port Shepstone. I was diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago. So yeah, so I'll make a video and I'll post it so you guys will catch it where I'm talking about the art of how to learn to sleep during chemotherapy. It's not easy. I've learned it how you can deal with it, and especially if you're in pains. There was a full month for me where after I was being diagnosed, I was in pain. Nothing was working. My legs were not working. My arms were not working well. My neck was not. I was in pains. I was coughing a lot, man. It was not easy, but I've managed to find a way to get that sleep, at least 3 to 4 or to 6 hours. I've managed to find an art to deal with it. My rituals now are simple. As I said, that, just read a book. I'm having my tea around 6:30 to 7, and then I will just watch something small on a YouTube, kind of positive, to put my mind on a positive side, and then listen to more music. Today I was listening to more of Ringo. I was listening to more of African kind of jazz, and then played soft, and then I was gone. I think my wife switched off the thing when she got time later. But yeah, that's just to get my 8 hours of sleep. It's not easy. After chemo yesterday and steroids, I managed to sleep 3 hours. In the morning around 4, I managed to try and grab an hour or so of sleep so that I will be in a good mood. Otherwise, I'll be doing this video so irritated and angry. So, but now I'm feeling good. So I'm going to make that video for every cancer patients who are going through treatment. I'm going to make a video for them to understand the importance of sleeping. It's tough. It's tough. And again, second thing is to do this stuff. If you're on chemo, guys, please drink water. It's not easy, but try. If you can, I'm strategic about it anyway. I drink, if you can, try and space it twice. Drink at least try 4 liters if you can. If you can't, 3 liters would be fine, because chemo is heavy. I'm sure the doctors have told you to drink water. So try and space it out in the morning and weigh a lot and have a space after lunch. Just those few hours before lunch and after lunch, and then try and drink another 2 liters so that you can have an evening of dealing with the wee, and then at night so that you're going to have a peaceful night and sleep. If you like to do as what healthy people say, like trainers will say, sip your drinking. You can sip your drink if you don't mind to go to the toilet often. If you are not working, if you're always at home, it's fine. You can just drink it slowly until you finish your water in a day. It's all good. I'm not discarding that, but I find that as a cancer, if you're going through chemo, you need to be strategic. Drink it in a way that it will help you. I'm drinking it a lot today and yesterday, because after chemo, I need to drink a lot of water. And the body, listen to your body as well, because the body tells you what it needs. Yeah, it does. It tells you what it needs. So drink water as much as you can so that your chemo will have a good chance to work as well. So that will be the video that I will make: sleeping, drinking water, and then I'll package it. It's not going to be long. It's going to be about 10 minutes or so that it could help somebody who's still going through chemo like I do. And then it will help, especially in the first few months where you're really going in deep, where chemo is not easy, where you've got all lots of side effects. Another thing that it's hard for people, and I think for us men to talk about it, is the toilet. You need to talk to your doctors if your runny tummy doesn't want to finish. They can check it and see what kind of infection they can help you with, which is not easy for guys to give out your poop to another human being. But it helps, because if you're going through chemo, the thing that will help you is to make sure that your tummy is set right for that. It has helped me a lot not to be shy. It has helped me a lot with my toilet, and then that was solved. And then I didn't have nausea, so that's good. I was eating, and as you can see, I've gained a lot of weight that I'm trying to lose now. I didn't have a problem of eating. And then, the fatigue. How did I deal with fatigue? I was walking. I started walking from here to my gate. and then go outside, and then I 500 meters, and then kilometer, and then I ended up walking 3Ks, 5Ks, and then and then it always get better, and then I find myself having energy to go back to life. So it's just, guys, press like if you can hear me. I know that I'm about to finish the video in 10 minutes or so, but just press like to make sure that you can still hear me. So so we on my side, I'm still hopeful that after this month of chemo, the light chains will go down. I'm seriously hopeful. It doesn't go down quickly. Light chains are not the same as other blood work. Other blood works, I think they are getting better anyway. They are very, it's only my red blood cells that are still a little bit low. I was told by a sister yesterday that in this coming chemo, they might go lower. All the all the cells in my bloods can go a little bit lower, so I mustn't be shocked, because this is a little bit of a heavy chemo that I'm using they are using at the moment. So, but the bloods yesterday were fantastic. They all were positive. So, and the worry when I'm talking about that, I'm always worried about blood tests. It's because of my kidneys. When I was first diagnosed with cancer, my kidneys were bad. They were even wanted to do some stuff with them, or surgery. They were thinking about all sorts of things, or put me on dialysis. There were all sorts of things. But through God's grace, I think they just picked up. The doctor came in, gave me a little bit of this and that, put the line on my veins. And then in 3 days' time, they were back. They were back in good numbers that I could receive chemo. So at the moment, the numbers are not 100%, but they're not going bad now. They're not going down as they were. So that's my only worry of blood tests. I always worry about my kidneys. But other than that, I'm just hopeful that this light chains will go down again, and then we can start relaxing, and maybe the doctor will put another concoction of medication that will keep this cancer at bay. So after transplant, the hope is always that this cancer will stay out for a bit, But unfortunately, on my case, it came back last month. So, and then on a good side of things, though, it didn't come back too much. It's just on a verge of getting bad. So I'm glad that the doctors find it so quickly before it can cause any problems. So if you want to ask how I'm doing, I'm in that state. I'm doing well, although I'm on chemo, but I'm fine. My energy is fine. I walked 5Ks this morning, and I did my chores in the house. I've already did some few work. I had some few meetings already online. Of course, I can't just go out at the moment, because we still, after 2 days of chemo, must monitor. And I can drive now. It's not like before. I can drive. I can take myself in different places. So I'm back on track in a way. It's just that I need to be careful. If you go to the crowds, if you're on chemo, you wear your mask. You just practice what you used to do during those days of lockdown. So it's kind of like that. If you're careful, because the problem is infections. If some people don't tell you that they've got flu, they just keep quiet, and then you find yourself, if you're on chemo, it's not ideal to have any infections, guys. I can tell you, I've experienced it. It's not nice. It's not nice. So that's why if any questions, guys, you can just write it down, and then I can try and answer some questions. But they big up to cancer patients, guys. I never met a group of people who are that positive. Even on their deathbeds, they are positive people. So, guys, big up to you, and to our cancer caregivers as well, guys. Caregivers, thank you. You're doing a great job. It's not easy to deal with us, with all the up and down moods. We've got so bad mood swings. It's not that we just like that. It's just that we're dealing with a serious disease, and it's chronic. And unfortunately, the doctors tell you straight that there's no cure. So it's just it's one of those things that you just hope that God will give you at least 10 years or 5 years or any year. So that is why we take each day as it comes, and we are so thankful. So thankful that I can manage to go out and have fresh air and, meet people, because I'm an extrovert. I'm not an introvert. So I like to talk to people. So I'm so grateful that I can have those days like that where I can live my life. So any questions? I can take any questions. If guys want to ask me questions, I can try and answer some questions. Yeah, the other thing, guys, going to the hospital. If you've been going to the hospital like I do, it doesn't, it reminds you. You can forget, today I'm feeling fine. I was in hospital yesterday. Today I'm feeling fine. So I'm feeling happy. You forget that you're going. So if you sometimes you forget, I even forget that I've got cancer. Once you go to the hospital, it reminds you everything. It reminds you everything that you've got a very horrible disease. So it's not that's another kind of a worry. But I can assure you guys that in order for us to be well, we go to the hospital, we deal with our doctors. Yeah. If your team is nice as well, I like to go to my hospital here in Durban because I've met wonderful doctor and wonderful sister. They're just nice. They're just nice people. So yeah. Yes. Any questions, guys? Yeah. Any questions? So if you can hear me, just press like and see if we can. But yeah, I'm left with 4 minutes now. I can just take any questions if you guys want. No side effects. If you want to know that how you're feeling today, no side effects. I'm feeling great. No side effects at all. Everything is. I'm grateful, to be honest, that I wake up very well. I only had few hours of sleep, but yeah, no side effects. I can tell you that. If you were thinking about it, yeah. Do I feel that I had chemo yesterday? Of course, yeah, of course. It's only steroids though on my side, to be honest. Yeah, I'm steroid. I'm still high. Let me just say, it's like I was on drugs, still high, and I enjoy. For some weird reason, I enjoy steroids. So yeah, I can. If you can give me any job now, I can do it so quickly for you. I'm still high. So, but by tomorrow morning, it will all be. It takes 2 days on my system, and then it will all be fine. And then on tomorrow night, I'll sleep like probably 8 to 10 hours because my body will be a little bit tired. But after that, I'm back on track, and then I can finish my work. Just to finish some talking to people and meetings and stuff. But other than that, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling great. Yeah. I'm still getting hungry, so that's because of steroid, I guess. But yeah, no side effects. I'm not nauseastic. I don't even thinking about vomiting at all. Yeah, no pains. Yeah, no headaches, no pains in the body. My back is fine. As I said, I've already walked 5K this morning. It's all fine. What else people will want to know? My blood test results, the ones that we did yesterday, they were looking okay. So I think in 2 weeks' time, we're going to do the light change. That's where I need your prayers, because that's the thing we're trying to put it down now, is to deal with this light change. That's why I'm back on chemo. Yes. My days are full. Yes, my days are full. If you are wondering, I'm just like to be a little bit busy. Although at home sometimes they ask me to take it slow, I do try and take it slow. My friends want me to take it slow. I do try and then take it slow. Thank you for the like, and I'm grateful to my team. My team. I've got a wonderful team, guys. We catch up with everything every day. I'm not a kind of a person who likes to tell people what to do. If you're working with adults, you're working with adults. Adults, people, they know what to do, I think every bosses and managers, pastors and CEOs and everybody, you need to trust your team. I've learned through this process that if you trust your team, man, they can go a lot far ahead. When you're not there, which is a very good sign. I think leaders need to know that. Work your way out of your job, and then you'll be creating a very good team. Yeah, so we're catching up every day. In fact, we don't even talk about work that much. We talk about, they want to know how I'm doing, help me to put my mind back on track, So Yeah, mostly. And then 2% will be work. But even then, it's good things. They don't share bad stuff. If I'm in an office, of course, I need to deal with some problems. But it helps me as well to deal with the stressful situations like that. I don't want to get more stress because of the treatment. But it's good to go and just meet people in my office and deal with problems and actually help my leaders to, if somebody doesn't know how to navigate something, it's nice to go and help and listen. Sometimes I don't know the answers, to be honest. I just try and listen and give suggestions if I have suggestions, because everybody knows their work better than their bosses. I find out. So yeah, but it's nice to be there. Yeah, it's nice to be there. So my days are good and busy. So yeah, and then today I'm on duty at home. I'm going to pick up my boy from school today, which is very exciting. The first thing he asked me, said, "Where's my mom?" So, but anyway, that's a good thing for me, just to go and pick up somebody who speak kind of stuff that are not serious. So it helps. It helps to just to wait to go, to prepare myself to know that it's afternoon. So I need to prepare myself to put things on the low. Yeah. So thanks guys for watching, those who've been watching. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm doing lives anyway. If you want to tell other people, I'm doing live about cancer journey every Thursday from 11 to, I try to not to make it more than an hour. So I'm talking about every cancer issues that might come. So yes, and then I'll try and post it as well. I don't know how to do it. I'll have to find it, how to do it on YouTube, to post and make an announcements about some things I'm thinking to talk about on my live, so that we get the hang of this. Why I'm talking about cancer, guys, is that guys in here in Port Shepstone, they are not talking about it, and this cancer is affecting almost, now it's spreading. I don't know why. Maybe because before I was diagnosed, I wasn't paying much attention. I don't know. But after I've been diagnosed, I was shocked to see that many people have this disease, but they don't want to talk about it. That's other reason why I don't mind to talk about it. I'll make YouTube videos, I don't mind. And then, so just please guys, go and subscribe into my channel and go to previous videos and see what I've been trying to say. They are not professional, guys. I'm not professional yet. I'm just doing YouTube as much as I can. Maybe as the time goes, if I find somebody who knows better how to use cameras, we'll have better videos. But yeah, go support us as we fight this cancer thing. So that is why I'm talking about it, is because guys are scared here, and they are really scared to talk about it. So yeah, so I'm here. I think I have to. It's a sad thing that it feels like I'm documenting my life, before it ends. But hey, who cares? God has given us this life. Let's enjoy it as whilst we have it. So, but thanks everybody who's been here and who's been listening to me talking a lot because of steroids. I blame it on steroids. And thank you so much for being here. And thanks for those who press like. And thanks to Wendy for saying hi. Thank you so much. And yeah, thanks to those who are watching it later as well, because I find that many people watch it later at night. Why I'm not doing the lives in the evening, it's because it's a rush hour here at home in the evening until you go to bed. You deal with the kids' homework, kids' uniform, food, cooking and stuff. It's busy. It's busy in the afternoon. So this is the only time on Thursday that it's a good slot for me to make the video. To those who are watching it later, thank you guys for supporting my channel as well. Please keep on liking, sharing, and talking about it. It's not easy thing to talk about it. It's like, as I said, it's like you're documenting your life. So, but anyway, what's the better way to learn except to put it down there and put it out there? I mean, so that other people who are going through this will find the video and try to get a little bit of a comfort. To be honest, it's hard to navigate cancer after being diagnosed, especially if you've been told prognosis as well. I was told that the cancer I've got is very aggressive, and yeah, they were counting months. They were not counting 2 years now. I'm 2 years in. I'm still on chemo 2 years in, so I'm so grateful. But they were counting. The prognosis was not good. So So, but I hopefully when you guys see these videos, my videos, even you go to my channel, you can see these videos, at least maybe to some other people who are going through the same, it will be a little bit comfort. Just tell them that there's still somebody alive who speaks about this thing. I don't mind. Oh, thanks, Wendy. Thanks to know that. Oh man, that's good. That's great news. That's great news. Oh, that's great news, man. Yes, water helps me a lot when I cannot lie. I think I'm feeling so much hype. It's because of drinking water. And I think the chemo has worked good on me as well because of the water. Thank you so much for that comment. We'll take it to heart. And yeah, well done, man, beating this cancer. Well done. Well done. Well done. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Wendy, I'm going to be more positive that I'm going to beat this. I'm going to be cancer free. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel. As I said, yeah, we need to talk about this, man. Cancer is becoming well, as I said, I didn't know before I was diagnosed that it's becoming more and more of a problem. Yeah, I was so sad yesterday to see a young person diagnosed with cancer. It's not. It's just, I'm 52 years old, so I don't. Well, I mind, but I'm always say I'm 52 years old. It's not bad, but if somebody is under 20, it's not. It doesn't give me much peace. Yeah, I think our government needs to do something about the scourge of this disease. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel. Please go to my channel, subscribe, watch some videos that might help you. There is a video there about my transplant, both stem cell, what's this called now again? Stem cell, and there's a word they use when they were taking out the stem cells from my body, and then transplant. So I've got those videos if you want to go see how it all worked. To those who've got blood cancer, who wants to know how the transplant went, how transplant works. So I did go through that. It does work. It does work. It takes a little bit of time, but it does work. Go check those kind of videos. And yeah, and let's talk about food as well, guys. I do like food. I did make some video with some food thing, but I'm going to have a 5 minutes video that I'll explain everything about food. Everything about food, so that I might, once I've got a hang of this, I might even show you. I must make a video of myself cooking, yeah, and see what I cook as a blood cancer patient. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks to those who've been coming to my channel and press the like. So let's beat this cancer, so that I'm going to be cancer free. So support my channel, support me, pray for me, everything that you can do to support. Guys, thank you so much. God bless. We'll do the same live next week at 11. Make a date. Tell some people to come and join in. Thank you so much. Bye.